The Aquamentus fight is the culmination of level 1 and a relatively harmless one in terms of danger to Link from a combat standpoint. The goal of this room is twofold: to kill Aqua as fast as we can, and at times to do so while keeping any counts stored that we've built up during level 1. Let's dive in. To understand the combat and movement efficiency inside the room for Link, let's first look at Aqua to get to know his movement and relative info. Aquamentus only has 6 hit points, moves very slowly horizontally, and our target will be his head. Because he only moves horizontally, that means we know exactly where we can place the bomb on the y-axis and still have it reach his hitbox. If you look at the collision box of a bomb explosion, you can see just how much real estate can be covered by it. The goal of bombing any target, then, is to place the bomb on the point where there's no overlap between the bomb and that target, as the overlap to the runner equates to wasted frames of movement towards that target. As you can see here with our Aquamentus example, by placing a bomb right at the feet of Aquamentus, or right on this grid line, what that's going to do is result in a bomb explosion that's going to cover the target point for Aquamentus' head. Anything north of this is going to be wasted movement, as it's going to bring the bomb explosion just further into the room. And if we can cover Aquamentus from this point right here or above, we might as well use the lowest point. It's just going to save us time. So knowing this principle is going to help understand why we place the bomb the way we do when we attack Aquamentus, no matter which way he moves. Aquamentus himself has 3 movement patterns that are relevant to our technique here, but no matter what Aqua's doing, our initial movement in the room is going to be the same. When you enter Aquamentus' room, you're going to want to head to this second row of tiles, turn to the right, and head to this specific tile. No matter what Aquamentus is doing, moving left or right up here, that's going to enable us to get underneath a fireball and set ourselves up for the next combat decision we have to make based on his movement. If we advance Link here, you can see that we're going to go ahead and head straight for that row. Turn right. Aqua's going to fire just like we expect him to, but as long as you follow this movement, you're always going to be able to dodge this fireball. We're going to head to this tile, and this is the very first point that Link is going to have to make a read. Did Aquamentus move forward, or did he move back? That initial read is going to be how you determine what your plan of attack is going to be. Generally speaking, if Aquamentus moves forward, then we're going to want to attack him from underneath. When he starts his movement heading backwards, we're going to want to attack him from the left side here and attack his chin. Let's take each of these scenarios one by one and take a look at what Link should be doing. Our first scenario we're going to discuss is if Aquamentus decides to move forward. What you're going to see is Link walk north, do the scripted path. Here we're going to make the read that Aquamentus is moving forward, and so what we're going to do is we're going to lay a bomb and we're going to attack him from underneath. If Aquamentus moves forward, this is the rule of thumb to follow. If he's moving forward, you want to attack him from underneath. So let's take a look at how this is done. All right, so what you saw is Link, just like we talked about, attack from underneath. We're going to go ahead and leave the item drop on the ground in this scenario. This is the second decision point you're going to have walking into this room is, do you need this item drop or not? If you need to force a bomb drop, if you don't care about it because you're flush with bombs and you've got all the money you need and you're not really concerned with resources, you're just going to kill him as fast as possible. But if you need that bomb drop, there's a second way to attack him. Right now with this scenario, what we're going to do is just look at the fastest way to kill Aquamentus with a forward-moving pattern, getting out of the room, just leaving that on the ground. So let's analyze this again real quick. I'm going to push us forward to that first decision point, which is this tile, and then we'll take a look at this frame by frame here. Okay, so Link has read Aquamentus moving forward, and so what you're going to see him do is he's going to walk north, and remember, this line right here, as we saw in the example when we first started this analysis, this is our line to place the bomb. Because we know Aquamentus' hitbox is right here under his eye, we know any bomb north of this line is going to connect. So what you're going to see Link do is he's going to lay a bomb just north of that line. Again, the hitbox on this bomb is going to be exactly this perfect 3x3 grid for us, so we're well within there. And then you're going to see Link move to the right and up, stab, and then he's going to make another movement and stab there as well. The reason for that second movement is because if you stab too quickly, then what's going to happen is the iframes that Aquamentus is under from the first stab is going to overlap that second stab and you're not going to connect. So in all of these scenarios, what you have to remember and keep in your mind is whether you're planning the bomb first or second in some scenarios that we'll see soon, you want to put some time in between your sword swings by either walking, having some movement in there, and that's going to give you a little bit of a buffer there in time. just like any enemy, if you stab repeatedly too quickly, then the second one's not going to connect because every enemy is going to have iframes after that first hit. Aquamentus is the exact same. If you stab him and then stab him again in succession like that without leaving that gap, then what's going to happen is that second one's it's never going to connect, and you're going to have to come back and clean up Aquamentus with a third stab, and it's going to feel like you're doing 7 points of damage on a 6 hit point enemy character, and that's never good. It's not efficient use of your combat technique. So what'll help there is just like here where you saw Link, he set the bomb, he walked north, which gave him a little time there, stabbed, and then he walked north again, and he did like a northeast movement, and he stabbed again. That gave him time there so that second stab happened after the first one's iframes fell off, which is going to result in Aqua being dead. You're going to walk to the right, pick up the heart all in one motion, and you're out the door. So this technique here, the fastest technique for Aqua moving forward, is going to net, just over 5 seconds, a 5:10 here. So very, very fast, efficient Aquamentus. If you get a forward moving one, there's no way you can do this faster. So follow this technique. So let's take a look at the scenario where it's the exact same Aqua movement, but now we need the drop. We want to force a bomb. So how does the combat going to be different in this situation, or the movement from Link? If we advance this again to our decision point here inside the room, and we see Aquamentus moving forward, then what you're going to see Link do is he's actually going to stab Aquamentus, then he's going to drop a bomb, and you're going to see a second stab. And what that's going to do is that's going to ensure that the bomb is going to explode and do the final part of the damage last on Aquamentus, which is the important thing because we want a bomb drop off of him. So if you're needing to force that bomb, the technique that you want to use is come up here, don't drop the bomb first and then stab. What's going to happen there is that final stab is going to determine that you're going to get a 5 rupee off of it. Here, we're stab, bomb, stab. Quick dodge out of the way of the fireballs that are coming down. You need to expect those. It's going to drop the bomb. You see Link grab the heart, and that bomb's going to take a while to form anyway. We're not going to have the hitbox and be able to pick up that bomb for a brief moment in time. So he's going to grab that bomb. He's going to turn right around, and we're going to head out the door. And we're going to see that done at a 6:47. So again, it's about a second and a quarter to pick up that bomb pack. But if you're in here on a 9 count, you're forcing a bomb. That's the technique you want to use. Stab, bomb, stab. Make sure the bomb is the one that ends last, not the sword technique like we saw before. Watch the fireball that's going to come through, and then pick up the heart, pick up the bomb, and you're out of there. So let's watch this one again one more time in full motion. The next scenario we want to look at is if Aquamentus decides to move backwards. What's going to make this difficult is that we can't attack from beneath anymore in Aquamentus when he's moving backwards, because if he moves backwards twice, then what you're going to be doing is you're going to be doing a lot of combat in a very tight space. You're going to risk the chance of getting hit, first of all, and your sword just not connecting because of how tough it is to align that second hit going north. So the recommended strategy for Aquamentus when he starts moving backwards, no matter if he goes backwards and then forwards or backwards and backwards, is going to be attacking from this side facing to the right. And we're going to attack his chin here. So let's take a look at this from the decision point again, from this safety tile, and then we're going to walk north and attack the backwards moving Aquamentus. Okay, so we have read Aquamentus moving to the right. Now, whether he comes forward again or if he continues going back, it's not going to matter. We're going to attack this the exact same. Now, what you're going to notice is that if he goes backwards twice, we can't drop that bomb in the exact same place that we dropped it before. If you think of that 3x3 grid, then Aquamentus hitbox, his hit pixel that you see right here under his eye, is not going to be inside this grid, and he's not going to be damaged by that bomb. So we can't use the same technique. We've got to use a different one. So what you're going to see Link do is he's going to come north. He's going to turn right on the grid line, and you see actually the bomb pixel that's going to be important for us is going to be just north of that grid line, which is exactly what we want. And then Link is going to go forward. Link is going to stab to the right. So there's going to be the first hit. And then you're going to see Link actually push through. The bombs start to explode. Again, we're within the pixel right there, which is exactly what we want to be. And then Link is actually going to stack that damage and swing to the left and clean up Aquamentus with that second hit. Not worried about the floor drop in this scenario. They were just trying to get out of here as fast as possible. But you saw Link's technique is going to be slightly different there. We're going to drop the bomb. We're going to come up. We're going to attack from the left, and we're going to attack Aquamentus chin, and we're going to get out of there. So that's going to be a 525. It's slightly longer than Aquamentus coming left, where we can just bomb and go. Because we have to come up that other half tile and we're playing around with that. So just a little bit longer than the other technique, even though Aquamentus is moving back in this scenario. It does take slightly longer just because of Link's movement has to change to combat this situation, but still a very fast room for the Aquamentus fight at 525. Let's take a look at that again in full motion. All right, and the last thing that I'll point out too, and let's back this up just a hair so you can see that, the result of that. Because we laid the bomb and then we did the sword and sword, this is exactly what we talked about before, that produced a 5 drop. And again, because the sword was the last hit, we did a damage stack there where the sword was the last hit and it wasn't the bomb going off that was the last hit, then that's going to produce the 5er. So if you need a bomb drop, again, remember the technique that you're going to have to use is sword, bomb, sword, not bomb, sword, sword like we just saw here. So that's going to produce a 5er every time. So just to show this scenario with a backwards moving Aquamentus, trying to attack him from the bottom, I want you to take a look at this and see the time save is not going to be that significant for the risk that's involved. So again, we're going to move north. We are going to lay a bomb at Aquamentus' feet. Again, a perfect pixel here. And then you're going to see Link continue to walk right, get on this third full tile for the very first hit, which that's fine when he moves backwards and forwards like this. The problem is if he goes backwards, the first hit's actually going to be deeper into here. And it's going to be a little rougher to do this. And then you're going to see Link want to sit on this half tile for a couple reasons. One, we can get that second swing north. But two, if there's any type of fireball, the knockback on Link is not going to be on this full tile where you get bopped down here and then have to swing back north. You're on this half tile right here to where you can take a fireball. It's not going to move you back and you can still retaliate and not lose much time. Turn around, swing, and get out of there. So you can fight him from the bottom if you'd like to. It's not as safe as moving up here and fighting, because if Aquamentus decides to go backwards, you're really in trouble fighting from this side. If he goes backwards and you're fighting from the chin, or forwards and fighting from the chin, either way, it's going to be the exact same strat for you and you're going to clean up the exact same way. Here, you're putting yourself at risk of a double back Aquamentus, and it's going to be a fairly difficult fight. So that one, we're out of there at a 523, attacking from underneath. And if we back it up here to the other example where we attacked him from the chin and then we continued on, it was a 525. So, real-time attempts, there's not much time savings for you to risk coming in and fighting from the bottom. Sure, it's faster. We're leaving frames on the table if we come north, but you're putting yourself at a lot of risk of a very, very difficult fight on a backwards Aquamentus. All right, so let's take a look at the exact same scenario, backwards moving Aquamentus. Now we need the drop. Okay, so we need to force a bomb in here. So again, if you think back to what we did before, when we had to force a bomb drop, it was stab, bomb, stab, ensuring that the bomb is going to go off later, which means the combat is slightly delayed in this situation, because we're not going to be able to drop the bomb where we normally do, because if you think about it, we drop the bomb here, and we do 2 stabs up here. The stab is going to be the last thing. So our technique has to change slightly if we need this bomb drop. So let's advance this forward again and see frame by frame how Link is going to handle this room. Okay, so as Link moves north, what you're going to see is Link is going to bypass this tile right here. Again, we cannot drop the bomb here because it's going to go off too early. So Link is going to have to do the stab, bomb, stab technique. So you're going to see him stab first. We're fighting from the chin. So again, we're handling both the backwards Aquamentus and the backwards forward Aquamentus in the exact same technique here. We're going to stab just under the chin. We're going to drop the bomb as soon as we can after that. And then we're going to wait a second and swing one more time. Now, the key here is that we know Aquamentus is going to fire. It's random when he does. This is a variable timer here that we're working with, so you're not sure when it's going to happen, but you have to anticipate this fireball. The movement here has got to be south when you anticipate this fireball. If you notice where we're attacking him from, to the north you've got a block here that's going to stop your progress. from getting out of the way. So you've got to come south. If you back off and go north, you might be able to escape. But again, what you've done is you've given up ground then in your position, which means you have to get it back eventually. So your anticipated movement should always be to the south here to dodge this fireball. And then what you've done is you've swung twice. You've got the bomb in there. You move south. You're going to be able to pick up this drop. And we're going to pick up the heart. And what you're going to see Link do to pick up this bomb is swinging from here is going to enable you to pick up a bomb over Link's head. This is always the horizontal swing that might throw people off. Link's hitbox on the sword is going to be higher than you think. It's going to be able to pick up things above you. So a swing here just on the regular tile, we don't have to be on the half tile or anything, is going to pick up that bomb drop and then continue through. So we're sitting here now at a 647 with picking up the item. So how long did that take? If you think back, we were just over 5 seconds on our perfect rooms walking through these before. We didn't care about the items. So this took us about a second and a half of extra time here looking for this item and picking it up. Well worth it. When you consider the time that's going to save you, having those 4 extra bombs, moving, if you're on the recorder route next and you're going towards a room that's difficult, like Fort Gibdo into the recorder room, and you need those bombs, it's definitely worth the second and a quarter right here. This is a great place to force if you can work it into your route. So same scenario. Let's take a look at this one at full speed. The only difference is going to be Link is going to pick up the bomb at the end, swinging left instead of swinging right. The exact same attack pattern here. So the final movement scenario for Aquamentus is going to look very similar to this last one. This is the backwards Aquamentus. You're going to see the same strategy employed as what we just did, but I just wanted you to take a look at it visually so you can see and get used to how this movement from Link and Aqua is going to differ slightly from the other. So if we advance to the exact same point we started analyzing the other ones from, and we advance this, what you see is now we've got a read on Aquamentus is moving backwards. This is going to be a situation to where we're not trying to force a bomb. So what you do is you lay the bomb first, just like the backwards forwards. He's still moving backwards. We're going to do one swing, and then we're going to connect with the second swing here. Come down, grab the heart all in one motion. Don't worry about the item. We don't need it. We don't care about the item. We're just trying to get out of here as fast as possible. And you're going to see this. We're getting out of here to blazing fast 532 again. So more of the story from all 3 situations of what you saw was that you should be able to get out of here just north of 5 seconds, 5.5 seconds. That's your target time for a situation where you don't care about the drop in the room. You just want to get out of Aquamentus. You need to be doing it in about 5.5 seconds. If you're north of that, if you're in the 6 neighborhood, or you're north of 6, then you're wasting frames somewhere, and you really want to break down and analyze your own video and see where your wasted movement is. A lot of times it's a high bomb placement, and sometimes it's just the sword cleanup. You got to do that third sword swing because you're not stacking correctly. So take a look at it and make sure you're right around the 530 mark. Okay, so the final situation is if you don't have that bomb to spare. We're not on a bomb count anymore. We have 2 or 3 bombs to our name. We can't spare a bomb here in this Aquamentus fight, and you're going to have to fight him using the 6 swing technique, which means all 6 hit points are going to have to be from the sword. The 6 swing technique is more difficult than using a bomb, of course, because you're in the fight longer with Aquamentus, which means the fireballs can affect you more. But as far as your movement towards him, it's always going to be consistently wanting to be very close to him and doing damage as fast as you can without interrupting the iframes from the sword hit in front of you. So there's going to be kind of a rhythm to it. So let's take a look at this. So backing this up here again to the magic tile in the Aquamentus room right here that you're going to visit in every single fight. What you'll see is Link is actually reading Aquamentus' forward movement, and he's going to go ahead and use his sword beams to get this first hit in. So that can connect and he can walk forward, and during Aquamentus iframes, he's going to position himself for the second one. So not wasting any time, getting that first hit in. And then what you're doing is you're seeing, consecutive hits, and Link's movement is going to be, taking control of the fight, using Aquamentus iframes to be able to move around, position Link to get him ready just to pick up this heart and get out of here. So Link is very close. And again, anytime that you fight Aquamentus with the 6-swing technique, you're going to want to do it as close to this half tile right here as possible. The reason being is, one, no matter the movement, backwards, forwards, or backwards, backwards here, that's going to put you in a position where you can connect with Aquamentus consecutively. If he goes forward, forward, you're going to have to fight either from behind his head back here a little more, or underneath. Your call there. But the backwards movement, backwards, backwards, or backwards, forwards, you want to fight from this half tile because, one, if you can't dodge this fireball, then what you can do is you can actually eat the fireball right here, and it's not going to push you back. If you're fighting from right here and just fighting underneath, then what happens is if you get hit by this fireball, it's going to push you down to this tile. And you're going to take some time to recover and get back up and keep hitting them. So you want to be right here on this half tile fighting them. Dodge, anticipate the fireball as soon as you see it, get to the right. That'll allow you time to position too, and get right underneath his chin just to keep consecutively doing as much damage to Aquamentus as fast as you can while being respectful for the iframes, again, of the enemy. So you can't just, press A just as fast as you can and don't let up. You've got to do this as quickly as you can in rhythm so that, you don't lose any of these sword swing hits. But you're going to see Link just finish him off. He's going to grab this heart and get out of here. So this is the 6-swing technique. Again, you can start from here if he moves forward. If he moves back, then all you're going to do is you're going to want to get up here, anticipate the fireball, keep connecting as much as you can, and then move on from here. So you can see right now with this 6-swing, we're already at 630. We haven't even considered whether or not we're going to pick up this drop or not, and we're a second longer than using the bomb. So if the bomb issue is one in your mind of, I don't want to use the bomb because I'm just as fast with the sword, we already see right now that we're a second longer, and we haven't even gone through the door, haven't picked up the heart, we haven't considered getting the item or anything like that. So that should be out of your consideration right now. If you have the bomb to spend, if we're forcing bombs, by all means, definitely do it. But if you have this bomb to spend, this is a great place to do it because you have 4 more sword swings, which takes time for Link than you do if you drop the bomb. All right, so we're going to clean them up, and we are out of here at a 7:14. So again, now you're looking at, okay, if Aquamentus is further west here, and you're picking up an item way over here, we're already 2 seconds out. This is just one place where if you have the bomb to drop for combat, we want to be using it on him. Learn the technique. It's not hard to do. Learn the movement in the room. Learn the read right here if he's going forward or back, and learn the bomb technique. Bomb, stab, stab, or stab, bomb, stab. Whichever one applies to you, use it for your situation, and you'll get out of the Aquamentus room a lot faster. Let's watch the 6-sword technique one last time.